Show from Inspire into Action. Today we have Adrianne Cooper from Cooper Credit Consulting. She's going to talk to us about her business and tell us a little bit more about who she is. How are you doing, Adrianne?
I'm doing well tonight. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad that you can be available. Could you tell the listeners about who you are and what it is that you do?
So Cooper's Credit Consulting Company, we work with people who have distressed credit. We help people to restore their credit. We teach credit education, and then we also have added other services like budgeting and coming soon taxes. Our whole point and our whole cause of our business is to help people to realize their dreams, which is usually owning a home, buying a car, maybe starting a business. So we are really happy to open our business, and we're excited what we're doing, and we've helped probably over 100 people thus far.
Wow, that's really great. How long have you been doing this, and how did you get into this?
So Cooper's Credit Consulting opened March 2015. It really came from an idea where I myself was in credit card debt, personal loan debt. To be exact, I was $98,000 in credit card and personal loan debt. I had lost my job. Some investments that I had were falling by the wayside. And so I found myself in a very dark place. After I figured out what was going on, I decided to repair my credit. I ended up getting employed again, and then just chipping away and paying my debt off and restoring my credit. It was a process. It took about 2.5 years to get out the financial debt, and then it took me about 6 months to restore my credit.
Wow. So you basically started this business based on things that you figured out how to do based on your experience, correct?
Yes, correct. And basically, even 10 years ago, I was reading books about credit restoration and business books, and I really was intrigued about the credit system, how it works, how heavy it is in our society, how we heavily depend on it, and how it's ever changing right now, even in 2017.
Yeah, that is so true. So, Adrianne, what's your background?
So I am originally, I'm a U.S. soldier. I was in the U.S. military as a military policeman. I did about 5.5 years in the military station in Germany, where I had the opportunity to deploy to some Middle Eastern countries like Iraq. I also did 2 deployments in Kosovo. Afterwards, I got out in 2005 and started doing some private contracting work in the security and intel field. Once I got overseas and started working, I started building up my income, investing in real estate properties and things like that. And from there, when I came back to America, which was in 2009, that's when I hit my hardship on job losses because I was working here as a contractor in America. I felt like I didn't play well with corporate America. I always had a sense of business. I have a lot of entrepreneurs in my family. And I just wanted one day to step out. Sometimes in your harshest moments in life, you have to step out by faith, and that's what I did. I got tired of playing the bureaucracy on the base that I worked at, and I just decided to step out on faith and start my own business. And I've been getting a really good response ever since then. No looking back.
That's great. You just jumped out and took a leap of faith, which is great. So I want to go back to what you were saying earlier because this is so important for people who work in the military or work in the government in regards to getting clearances. You cannot get a secret clearance if your credit is jacked up. Speak a little bit about that and how you've helped some clients get their credit back together so they can apply for those more higher level jobs.
So yeah, let's talk about that. So for instance, with credit, we all know that credit plays the basis of our employment, where we live, trying to get an apartment or to try to rent a house. Also, too, people look at it as a character, as a part of your character, part of your integrity. And so from a government standpoint of view, they look at your credit to see if you fit the profile of espionage. Unfortunately, if you're tight with your finances and you've overspent, you have bad credit, that is a red flag. So we do help a lot of government people and prior military people and military people to restore or clean up or create a good, clean credit history for them so it will not hinder their opportunities for whatever, employment, increase in promotion or a rank or even security clearances.
Right, that's great. So you work with military and civilians because even us civilians, we need to clean up our credit. If you want a house, if you want a low rate in your interest on your mortgage, if you want a low rate on your car loan, speak to those things because I know a lot of us know how important credit is, but we sort of put it to the wayside when we're able to get some of the things that we want, regardless of our credit score. But explain to the listeners how your credit score affects how much money you're able to save, how much money you're able to spend and keep for yourself if you have these low interest rates.
So basically, low interest rates can speak to a plethora of things here. If I'm going for a car loan and my car loan is 10% for 5 years, of course I'm going to spend twice as much on that car that I originally took the loan out for. Having a lower interest rate provides you extra money in your pocket. You utilize that discretionary income to put in a savings account, or you can double up on your car payments and pay your car off early, which I suggest to a lot of my customers. Or if you did start out with a high interest rate and you get your credit cleaned up after 2 years, you can refinance your car. Wow. One thing that I try to tell my customers, don't finance a car past 48 or 36 months. It really is a waste of your money. Anything past 48 months is a waste of your money. Car dealerships love to put you in 72 months, 84-month car loans. Don't take the bait. Don't let car dealerships shop your credit because once you go into their finance office, they will shop your credit. That means that they will put your information to a database and it will be shopped maybe 20, 30, 40 different types of banks. And now you have all these inquiries on your credit report that honestly is hard to come off. And so it's best that you come in pre-approved for your car loan, and the same with the house. Always come in with a pre-approval. Know your credit score before you shop for a home.
That's so important. So important.
Yes,
so important.
Yes.
So, Adrianne, in regards to like inspiration, I guess you were inspired by your own situation to start this business, but what are some other inspiration or some other people that have played an important role in you getting to where you are in your business?
So I have several people who have inspired me over many years of my life. My mom is probably my number one inspiration. I watched her go through dramatic life changes, through divorce, through some other unforeseen circumstances, excuse me. And I watched her take herself from being financially broken to financially stable and beyond. She's always encouraging, and then she's always putting back into the community, putting back into her place of work, giving words of wisdom. And so she's instilled those characteristics into me, which kind of helps me to identify and create relationships with my customer. And so not only do I have a credit business, but I also go out to schools and speak to high school students. I know when I was younger, no one spoke to me about credit. I go to middle schools, I go to churches, and then also any public events or organizations I will also speak with or to. So I'm really passionate about the business because I know that as a woman, sometimes we rely on our husbands to do all the financing, and we quite just don't grasp the financial piece of maybe taking care of our household. But it's very imperative that we do become educated about our credit and that we are good stewards over our credit and our finances.
Yeah, you shouldn't, when you get married, you shouldn't just put your head in the sand. You should really know what's going on in every area. And it should really be a part of your relationship where you're talking about it with your spouse. Because if something is to happen to him, or if you're a man and something has happened to her, it can be very detrimental because you don't know where anything is. And that could be just horrible. I experienced that with a family member, and not knowing where anything was very time consuming. It was stressful. and
Yeah.
it didn't need to happen. So those communication, that the conversation needs to be happening between spouses. I mean, despite whether your credit is good or if it's bad, if it's challenged, before you talk about finances, maybe you need to pray so that everyone is
Yeah.
on the same page and people are relaxed. How many people in regards to your clientele are these married people, or how, I mean, what are usually the circumstances why people are coming to you?
So I'm glad you brought that up, and I kind of want to do a quick segue back to what we talked about earlier, just to put for my single women. When you're dating a man, one of the conversations you need to have, especially if you think dating is leading towards marriage, you guys both need to be transparent about your finances, about your credit. You would hate to marry someone and find out that they are heavily in debt. They're not wise stewards over their credit and their finances, and now you're going to take on a burden.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, the state of Arizona, we have a common law policy basically where whatever's his is yours and yours is his. So you can take on someone else's debt inadvertently, not knowing. Even if you're living with them, you can take on somebody else's debt. So I just wanted to put that plug in for the single ladies. But typically, my average customer is a married customer who usually is remarried or freshly divorced, and their credit got shot, unfortunately, maybe through a harsh divorce or an unforeseen circumstance, say, for instance, unemployment or a death of a spouse or a loved one. So that's pretty much my audience of people. I do get young people every once in a while. Usually those young people have been coached by maybe their parents or someone near and dear to them and say, hey, go get your credit cleaned up so you can have a nice, prosperous life and you won't have the burden of hearing the word no because you don't have no credit at all or you have little credit. So yeah, the majority of my clients are married people, and I get excited when I do get single people.
That's cool. And then also, we were talking earlier about a lot of clients you get sometimes are business owners because you work also with helping them to establish and to get business credit. And a lot of people don't think about that as well. So could you speak a little bit about that as well?
So with our business credit, this is a fresh program that me and my business partner from New Jersey have rolled out. Basically, we're going to walk you through the steps from 1 to 10 on how to create, establish, maintain, and grow your business credit. This is very important when it comes to, in conjunction with your business plan, presenting yourself to the bank and getting the word yes instead of the word no. And I would hate for you to get the word no because you don't have any established business credit. And so it's night and day. So we have our personal credit, we have our business credit that's through an EIN number. That EIN number is kind of like a social security number for the business. And so that business has its own credit. That credit has to be established, just like our personal credit has to be established. And so we show you the steps on how to get that done and get you set up so you can get that loan that you're looking for.
Right, and to get it done effectively, because a lot of people may go out there and think they know what they're doing, but they still won't get the yes because they did it the wrong way or they over leveraged and then they're not paying that back. So it's important to have advisories, and it's good that you guys offer that in your business.
Yes, we're excited about that new venture.
Yes. So in regards to business and owning a business, what are some things that you have learned, so like from challenges or I like to call them challenges. I don't like to call them like problems, but everyone has challenges sometimes in their business. What are some challenges that you can speak about, and how did you overcome those challenges in your business?
So I was thinking about that question earlier today, and one thought came to mind when I was rolling that around my head. I would say the enticement of over leveraging yourself. It's funny you spoke about that. So with Cooper's Credit Consulting, we bootstrapped our company. So we took our hard money, we prayed about it, and we went out and just did it. I bootstrapped my company since then. So I don't grow unless the business grows. I will tell you that it's really hard because you see people growing their business, jumping out, doing these great things. But you also see a lot of business in the first 5 years close down. I didn't want to set my business up for failure. So I started my business out of my home. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be afraid to start out your home. to cut down costs. One of the large bills that businesses have is leasing or, rent that you have to pay. And that's money that you can use to grow your business. So I did start at my home before I jumped out into an office space in which I bartered my rent. So one of the enticements or one of the challenges is keeping within my budget for the business and growing the business as I grow. That is definitely a challenge for me to stay in that position. And number two, the power of networking or partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, we must get out and speak to people about our business, and then we must be able to help other people in their business. I have found that the more open and more transparent I am on my social media or in my local community, I'm able to receive the help that I need, and I'm able to give help to other people. Don't be afraid to network. Don't be afraid to speak about your business. Don't be afraid to be passionate about your business and tell people exactly what you're doing, and hopefully you can help them as well. So, for instance, I joined the Chamber of Commerce in my town. From joining the Chamber of Commerce, they have an organization called Ambassadors. I joined the Ambassadors organization. From there, I got hand selected to sit on the board. So now I sit on the board at my chamber. That opened up a door for me in exposure and expanding my business throughout my community and throughout the county and throughout the state. So I am privy to information that if I was just a regular business owner in my town, I'm privy to information that the regular business owner would not get. So that came through putting myself out there in the public eye, going to meetings, going to networking events, and that afforded me that opportunity. And then the other challenge is don't be afraid of creativity. A lot of times, once we get in our processes as a new startup business, we kind of have our little structure in our processes and we think it's working and everything could be working for you. But how about looking at it outside of your processes, saying, what else can I bring into my business? What am I not doing? What is something that I'm afraid to do that we know is a good idea? That's what experts people are there for. That's why you're here, Tyra, to help us to realize our business and help us expand our business to levels that we by ourselves could not think. So don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, that's very important because a lot of people are afraid to think ahead, and you have to think ahead in order to be in business longer than the 5 years that it says that small businesses or their longevity is. You have to think ahead. You have to think about other ways to bring in income, other ways to be exposed to other new clients, new people. I mean, you just can't network in your own town, and that's the reason why I started for Inspired in Action, so that I can really assist business owners in getting their business out there in the open and sharing it on Facebook and Instagram and other social media platforms, because it's so important to know that first of all, there are a lot of women business owners out here, and second is that if you have a dream, you have a vision, you have something that God has given you, or a special skill, you can start a business too. And like you said, don't be afraid to start a business outside of your home. I mean, it is what it is. Small beginnings. Don't despair of the small beginnings. You know, you had to start somewhere. You know, everyone didn't start out there with the silver spoon and got an office and it's out there. And a lot of times you learn a lot when you are working for yourself and doing some of these things yourself. And then when you build up momentum, you build up income, and then you can start hiring people to take on some of these things that you don't have to do. Like, for instance, social media marketing. You can hire someone to do that instead of doing it yourself. But in the beginning, if you can't hire anyone, make sure you're educated in that. Get the education. If you can't hire anyone, maybe someone is willing to sit down with you for a meeting and talk to you about the things that you need or that you could do yourself in order to put yourself on those platforms where more eyes are seeing you. In regards to skill sets, and owning your own business, what are some skills that you can suggest to someone out there that's listening to this interview that they should have in order to start a business?
Okay, so I wrote down 3 things I think are skills that you should have. These skills have nothing to do with having a college degree, has nothing to do with reading a book. These skills are going to come from your own inner ability. So the 3 C's are creativity, character, and then also communication. And I wrote them down tonight because I really wanted to put that out there, because communication, we all know how to talk. We all know how to listen. You will get more done by sitting and listening and asking questions as well to grow your business. Sometimes it just takes you connecting with the right people, asking the right questions, being at the right place at the right time. Creativity, we spoke on that earlier about, expanding your business. What can you do to get your business off the ground? What creative idea that maybe someone told you, you know what, that's not a good idea, but maybe it's a good idea. You should try that idea. We need to try all the ideas that we feel like is going to grow our business. And I'm telling you, one of those ideas will stick. I never listen to people who are naysayers or try to give me corrective
criticism
about my business, especially if they don't own a business themselves. And then think about it, ladies and gentlemen, we come from different industries of business. So you're the expert in your business. And if you're not the expert in your business, you can always read and find out more about your business in that particular industry. Okay. And then character. Character is something you can't learn in a textbook. Character is something I can't learn in a university. Character is within. Your character is going to take you far in your business, farther than any doctorate degree, any MBA. And I have an MBA, but I'm going to tell you something. People come back to me, or people come to me because they trust me. So your character and your business is going to speak volumes. That's going to be your platform.
Right.
Do you have character?
Those are so important. And I can't even say one of them is more important than the other, but character is so important. I mean, you are your business. You can wreck or create success for your business based on your name and what you're doing out there and what you're putting out there. So you also should be mindful of any information that you're putting out there, even if you think that it's, oh, this is my personal page and this is my business page, and no one's gonna look at this. People are watching you every time. People are watching, so you always have to be mindful of that. Earlier I had posted out there on Facebook about if anybody had any questions or they wanted to ask you any questions. So I got one. Yay! This one is from Mary from Atlanta. She said that her credit score is low. I mean, like, low. She didn't say the number. I didn't think she wanted me to put her name out there, but her credit score is low. What are some things that she can do in order to rebuild her credit? She's trying to buy a house later on in the future.
Okay.
And she wants to rebuild her credit. How would you work with Mary if she signed up for your program? How would that work?
So thank you, Mary from Atlanta, for your awesome question. One big thing about restoring your credit is actually paying your current bills on time. I understand you might have messed up in the past for whatever reasons that is, but you need to start paying your current bills on time and try to pay them early if you can. If it's due on the 29th, try to pay them on the 28th or 27th. Get your bills set up on automatic bill pay if you're have problems remembering when to pay your bills. Also, too, you can negotiate any bills that you're not happy with. So, for instance, if you feel like you have a subscription with someone, like a cable company or a phone company, people don't know this, but if you've been a customer 1, 2, 3 years with them, you can go in and negotiate your plan because you've been a valued customer. Look at some of the subscription plans that you have. You may not need those subscriptions. I know for me, I did away with cable several years ago. I do not buy cable. I can stream on YouTube. I can buy Hulu. I can, order Netflix, and that saves tons of money. Another thing that you need to do, Mary, is you need to open up a secure card. My company has recommended secure cards that we know that works tried and true for our clients. And so we recommend those secure cards for our clients to help you to create a clean slate of positive credit. Okay.
So let me ask you real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, but say for instance, you said you should pay all your bills on time. What if how do you decipher between what bills to pay and what bills, say for instance, if your income isn't able to meet all the bills. So what bills do you pay? What bills do you suggest paying on time? And the other bills what is your suggestion?
Well, unfortunately, if we have any bills and if we're over we're over the top in our bills. Let's just be real about it. Sometimes we have more bills than payday, as I would say. If that is your case, then you need to sit down and create a budget. You need to make a sheet, wants versus your needs, and then you need to decide what bills that you can do without. So I'm saying the bills that you can do without, go ahead and start paying those down, paying those off, and closing those accounts down. If you have high credit card bills, say for you have $1,000 credit limit, you need to make sure that you're only spending 30% of that limit. That means that I only get to spend $300 a month on that $1,000 limit. Reason being is the higher you are to your credit limit, it affects your credit score, and a lot of people don't know that. So when I tell people that, hey, I need you to pay your credit card down to 30%, people kind of get a little angry, a little uptight, a little fussy, but that is effectively affecting your credit score tremendously. I'm talking about like 30%. So that's a huge thing. When people are getting ready for a home, don't be afraid if you have any public records. Those things can be cleaned up. Student loans can be cleaned up. We can get you consolidated or do a rehab program with you or for you, show you the steps on that. And then also too, again, paying those bills on time. So you need a clean slate for good 6 to 12, 24 months before you step out to buy a home. That's what the lenders are looking for. They're looking for a clean credit history in the last 12 months, the last 6 months, the last 24 months to show that you're responsible and that you're able to handle that mortgage.
That's good. That's good information. So if someone wants to contact you they want to get, obtain your services, or they want to know more information about your business, how can they get in contact with you?
You can contact me at www.creditrepairnerds.com. Go to my home website, read about the business, read about me. I even have the price points in there. Go ahead and click the Contact Us button, fill out your form. The form will be shot straight to my email address. If you don't have time to go to my website, shoot me a quick email at adrianne.crn, that's ADRIANNE.CRN as in November @gmail.com. You can also reach me on my social media at Twitter at I Love My Credit, Instagram, Cooper's Credit Consulting, or my business Facebook page, Cooper's Credit Consulting International. Inbox me, I get right back to you as soon as possible. The first step is we're going to sit down and do a free consultation if you heard me on Tyra's program tonight. And also, too, we're going to also give $100 off if you sign up for a 3-round package. So we got a lot of great offers if you decide to go with our business coming through Tyra's page here. And we just greatly appreciate this opportunity, Tyra.
Great. Thank you very much. And like she said, I will make sure all the information is put into everywhere I post. And also you can find the information on my website too, how to get in contact with Adrianne. Thank you, Adrianne, for this interview. I know that it was informative for me as well as the listeners. And I can't wait to see all the testimonies that come from people contacting you and getting your credit straight. It's so important. It's so important as a business owner. It's so important as an individual. So everyone can utilize your services that is listening to this interview. So I want to say thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And just we just want to send a shout out to all our women out there who are trying to open a business or who already have a business. Just continue to be encouraged. Don't let anyone talk down about your business. Grow. Partner with people. Pray. Seek God for your answers, for your revelations, for your divine appointments that you're going to have in order to grow your business. And so I just wanted to leave you on that good note.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.